Pardon. Okay, so Lucia wants to talk about the pardon. So let's do it. Okay, remember when Joe Biden said this about Hunter?
To the question regarding the family, I'm extremely proud of my son Hunter. He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know, and I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
He doesn't know many decent people, so that's not saying much.
Well, if Hunter is decent, he can't.
Decently cracked out.
So he said he wasn't going to pardon him, but guess what he did, Jen?
Pardoned him.
He pardoned him. And not only did he pardon him for the crimes that he was convicted of, he pardoned him for 11 years, going back to 2012. So that anything that happened when Joe Biden was vice president and Hunter was involved in, no charges could be brought because he's already pardoned. That's interesting. That's an interesting concept. That
it was a political hunt, but these things happened way before any of this started happening, suing people and blowing whistles.
Well, but you understand, he's trying to put a stopgap in.
Yeah, so that he can't get in trouble either.
But that's not how pardons work. You know, the whole reason for pardons is to try and bring the country together, and they were utilized for political like political enemies, like after the Civil War, right? Those who fought on the side of the Confederacy were considered insurrectionists, right, and traitors. So you had to use a pardon in order to keep the country together and reincorporate them into the country. These pardons are being used as a very interesting way to protect his family. And this is after, and then he goes on to say that his own Department of Justice, he believes his DOJ is corrupt. But he didn't fire anybody.
But they weren't corrupt enough when they were doing everything to Trump.
Right. So think about this. Trump was
people. Did he pardon the turkey this year, or was it just Hunter?
Yeah, he pardoned it.
He was on a roll. He didn't know what he thought it was the turkey, maybe.
He pardoned the turkey, and he pardoned one for Thanksgiving.
And you get a pardon, and you crackhead, you get a pardon.
Yeah. So he pardoned the turkey, and then he pardoned Hunter, and but yeah. So think about that. I mean, he literally pardoned him to protect himself from any prosecution for any wrongdoing that he might have had during the Obama years. They're not going to have all that money coming in anymore, right? So now there's going to be a real food fight in the Biden family for all the cash. Because remember, granddaughters, nieces, his brother is the mastermind of that whole thing. And Hunter was the face of it. So there's going to be some really interesting shit going on in the Biden family.
And we know no one's asking him to go speak at colleges because
who's going to feed the kitty?
We've heard him speak.
Yeah. Well, that's the truth. Go ahead, Jen. Imitate him speaking at a college.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I'm here. Whatever.
you know that thing. That thing that gives us all our rights, that thing. Yeah, exactly. Trump should unpardon Hunter. Yeah, I don't know if you could do that. You know what? I think Trump would have pardoned him. But he would have only, and I think that's why they met for so long. I think that Trump was planning to pardon him, but only for the gun charges and the tax evasion charges. I think that Biden was trying to get him to go.
You never know if Trump maybe told him, you know what, you go do it instead, so I'm not hated.
Yeah, he might have done it. He might have pushed
He would have done it just to show that he's not an ass. Because I think that this term he's going to prove everybody that said what he's going to do, he won't, and what he wasn't going to do, he will, to show everyone that they're wrong on the left. I think he'll spend that cleaning up his image so that he could be another Reagan. But I'm sure he told him, you know what? You do it. Don't worry.
That's
You
a really good point. A really, really good point. Yeah, you're probably right. I wouldn't put it past him to do that. Listen, this CNN is really good. Watch.
We have to respect the guardrails and the norms of our democracy. These people are liars. Inflation, it's transitory. Afghanistan, it's a success. The border is secure. Robert Hur is a liar. The videos are cheap fakes. Biden has a cold. He'll never drop out. Oh, I'll never pardon Hunter. It's all a lie. It is all a grift. Every American, except the most partisan, brain-rotted people, are going to be outraged by this today. He is going to leave off. You think 39% job approval is bad? Just you wait. Just you wait. He's disgraced today. Outrageous.
You don't need to, but Scott, you don't need to hurl names and say people like me are brain rotted. Come on, that's a little beyond the pale, even for you, Scott.
Listen,
I
stand
we
up
can
for yourself.
disagree about
You don't
this.
have to
We don't
defend
have to
this.
call
He's
each other
leaving
names.
office. You don't have to defend it. You don't have to die on this hill. You can say this is wrong because
I'm
everybody
fine
knows
with
that it is.
Scott. That's why I'm
It's
defending
wrong.
it.
Are you
Karen?
fine with the lying? Are you
I say
fine
good
with
for
him
Joe
sitting
Biden.
before the election all year and lying to the American people? Are you fine with the lying about it?
I don't think that he was lying. I think he made a decision after the fact and decided this was the right thing for him and for his family. Period. Full stop.
So he lied.
He's very lying.
He said it
not
twice,
lying.
and then he did it. So 2 times. He's a double liar.
I don't know what happened to that clip. It was a much longer clip, but I think it worked out just fine. Yeah, so I mean, here's the Democrats dying on that hill trying to defend him. I don't think he was lying. I just played you the clip of him saying, "I will not pardon Hunter," and then he pardons Hunter. Why? What happened? What changed that all of a sudden we're going to pardon him? Explain yourself. No, to say that his son never got a fair shot, to say that his son was politically persecuted, to say that his own DOJ was coming after his son without him actually firing the DOJ. I mean, really, he already destroyed his legacy. So what was he trying to protect? What?
All anyone had to ask him was if it was anybody else that pled guilty to these crimes, would you think they should be let out of prison?
Yeah.
That's it. He was convicted. He
Right.
pled guilty.
Right. How about if it was Donald Trump? If it was Donald Trump that pled guilty to these crimes,
Yeah.
would you have pardoned him? Come on.
Or remember that lady that was in the dressing room 30 years ago with no
Yeah,
cameras, wanted to
E.Jean
make out with
Carroll.
you, and now you have to give her $100 million? You remember her?
Yeah.